And remember, if I can cook it, so can you. So go nowhere. Let's create sopitas de pollo. In essence, it's like Puerto Rican style chicken soup, but this one I'm going to prepare with wings. About this 6 pieces of wings, and I want to do something interesting, not boring. So I'm going with the sopitas, the soups. And in addition to the wings, I'm going to have what they call fideos. These are some sort of noodles. See how thin they are and broken? You know, you can buy them in a Latin market or any market you might find them. They're very thin and broken. Instead of water, I'm going to use chicken stock, but you can use water too. You're going to need some extra virgin olive oil. I have my own tomato sauce, half a tomato. I grind it, and this is my natural tomato sauce. I'm going to need some cilantro, of course, onions, green peppers. I have some chive. This is optional, my personal touch. And you have some ingredients because I don't like to use this package stuff like sazon that had the fake colors. You know, that orange color is fake. It's a mix of a red and a yellow coloring that they add to the ingredient. I don't like that. I go natural. So what I have here is paprika. I'm going with the smoked one. You can use the regular one. See the paprika. Turmeric, black ground pepper. I have some fresh thyme. I was at the farmer's market today. In fact, all those ingredients I bought them at the farmer's market, including the onions and the red bell pepper, which is key. I have some also oregano fresh. And I have some salt, which I mix also with some of the thyme. You know, it's already mixed, so I'm going to use that type. You can use any type of salt. And I have some sofrito, which is optional because this can take the place of the sofrito anyhow. But I have this one here. I'm going to add it. I don't have a lot left from the one I have in the refrigerator. The rest is in the freezer. And if you want to add some basil, like Thai basil, you can do that, you know, to add some other flavors if you want to, but you don't have to. This, you know, this is Puerto Ricans, we don't add this, but I like to add flavor to my meals, you know, cooking with the senses. So one thing I did to the wings, I stabbed them with something like this. You can use a knife. You don't go crazy, you stab it. And I put some salt. So what I'm doing here, I have a pan that preheat uses some extra virgin olive oil. This is a medium high. And I added the wings because I want to sear them for a few minutes, maybe 5, 6 minutes. Because when you cook chicken in some sort of broth for soup, if you don't do this, the chicken is going to look kind of pallid. You know, I don't like that look, especially when it has skin. So I want to give them that sear, that nice looking color that otherwise you don't get. That's number one. And number two, because I'm playing with the flavor. You could have broken the chicken, you know, like separate the drumstick from this part of the wing. I didn't care, but you could have done that. A little bit more work. I choose not to. So you do this until they get some sort of color, nice, darkish color. Kind of pre-cooking it a little bit, not frying it. You're not frying it completely, you're just searing this baby. I did this for about 5 or 6 minutes. See how pretty? They're not fried completely, they're just giving the nice color. Let me get them out here. So I'm going to use my caldero. You can use any pot, but I'm going with the caldero, Puerto Rican style. Had this for almost 30 years. I had the heat medium high, preheating, and touching it to feel it. I want to make sure the heat is moving and transferring around. This one transfer heat pretty fast, so that's good. And what I'm going to do, instead of using regular oil, I'm going to use the one that I cook with the chicken. I'm lazy, I don't want to move the chicken out. It's already hot. Let me lower the heat a little bit, couple notches. And what I'm going to do, first, I'm going to put some of the sofrito, which is optional because, and I have a link in the description telling you how to prepare the sofrito. Over 8,000 views as of today for this sofrito. Let me put some of the onion stuff. Peppers. You can use some green peppers too. A little bit. Just a little bit. This is about a tablespoon each. You're not going crazy. And some cilantro. The aromatic taste. Now the sofrito that I used earlier, this one, is pretty much at the stuff plus garlic that I use the food processor, then put it in the freezer, then later in the refrigerator. This one I have for a long time, almost 2 years now. This is how well my sofrito is. It lasts you a long time because I have a method to do it properly. You're getting things rolling. So what I like to do now is add some of my tomato sauce. So this is going to be tomato based. And I want to get a little brush and add the other ingredients. See? Turmeric, other kind of stuff that's going to give a flavor and color. And I'm going to mix things for about a few seconds, you know. You don't want it burnt. To see how the base is being created with the sofrito and the tomato sauce creating that base. See how beautiful? Add the chicken again because I want those flavor mixed with it. So what I do is I move things around. Make sure things are mixed. You know, the base with the chicken as best as you can. This is hot. I'm not going to get burned. And what you do now, you add your stock or the water. If you feel that 2 cups are not sufficient, add another. You want to cover a little bit because eventually you're going to add the fideos or the noodles. So I added about another cup and a half, maybe 2 more cups of stock, which you can make, you can buy, or you can use water. And I increase the heat because I want this to start simmering. So what I do now, I give it a taste to see if it's too much taste. Don't put a little bit more salt. because I want it to my taste. Mix the salt up. And remember, it's a high heat because you want it to start simmering or boiling a little bit. Okay, now because it's doing the simmering, add your chimes, which is optional. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to reduce the heat to medium. You can have it a notch above medium if you want to. And I'm going to cook this for about 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, see how beautiful. So what you're going to do now, you're going to add the noodles or the fideos, that we call it in the islands. And you're going to add, whatever amount you want. Can add a cup, maybe. Cup and a half. And what you're going to do now, heat couple notches about medium. And you're going to cook these babies for about 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, turn the heat off. Look at these babies. See this? Move it out. You can add a little bit of pickle if you want to.